The old people, what's going on? Back again for another episode. Footy talk.
Yes.
What you saying, my guy? What you saying?
Just don't expect me to be in a great mood. My mates don't expect me to be in a great mood. Lad.
It's fine. We don't need to talk about yesterday's game for the whole show. We don't need to anyway.
Yes, he's right. Love that.
Yeah, man. We're not trying to talk about that for the whole game, for the whole show, man. Big up everyone in the building. You won't
be able to talk about it for the whole show. It would literally be impossible. You've got a couple of chances from you, and then that's about it. Oh, and a referee blowing the whistle slightly earlier at time. Other than that, nothing happened, mate. So,
yeah, that is true. Not much did happen. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie. I didn't even know that the referee blew the whistle earlier. I don't know, because remember we watched the game on mute, innit? So
I watched it on mute as well. I found out because of me chat, and I was thinking, how come that whistle was blue? Like, because I weren't expecting it, and I thought it might have been because of offside, but apparently there was still like 6 seconds to go or something. But that's a completely different conversation. Might make people throwing conspiracies and that, you know what I mean? Especially with what Clattenburg came out and said the other week. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
But to be fair, it's one of them ones where I just think that because your manager's just really prickly at the moment, yeah. I just think that people know that they can wind him up now, innit? And that's just what it is, man. I think he's let people know that he can be got at, innit, because he does react. So now I think you're going to see loads of people, you know what I mean, firing shots at him because they know they can.
Defo, I think one thing with Jurgen Klopp, he says something, someone will reply, because it's not like when he said that comment, he's gone directly at Clattenburg. Clattenburg came out and replied to Klopp. When Klopp sees that reply, he doesn't really, unless he gets asked about it, and even if he does, he'll only give you about 3 or 4 words back, because he doesn't care about heated arguments or creating rivalries with anyone. When he says something, I genuinely think it's just in the moment, and it's kind of like, you know, it sounds stupid, even though you might disagree with it. It's like passionate, do you know, when he's saying it. Like, he genuinely feels like he's being done over in a sense, and you can see it is getting to him. And, you know, I don't know what that means in terms of whether it affects his managing in terms of man management and tactics. I don't really think it does in that sense, but you're right in terms of, you know what I'm saying? I don't think it does either. However, you have a point in terms of people now know that they can get a reaction, I suppose, out of him. But it's just a tough time for him. It's been a weird season. And don't get me wrong, it doesn't excuse... I said it yesterday. It does not excuse any of the performances that we've had. But he has been given many reasons to be at least not overly excited about this season, even if results did go slightly better for us. So
exactly. And this is what he said. This is where Liverpool need money, bro. And
we need to, lads.
And that's the thing. Like, I think that I understand why Klopp is pissed off, because it's like, without a manager of Klopp's caliber, you lot wouldn't even still be in the title race.
Facts.
Do you know what I mean? You're in the title race because you have the best manager in world football. That's the only reason, bro. Like, no other managers playing Fabinho and Henderson at centre back here and not getting turned over. Like, it's just not happening, innit?
Rants, listen to me, bro. Like, the way Jurgen Klopp came in and he's made us at least Liverpool again, even if it was only for a couple of seasons, that doesn't happen. We're going 33, 34, 35 years, still haven't won in the Premier League. We would have still been talking about 2005 as our last big trophy win in terms of a Champions League final, not like an FA Cup or a League Cup. Bear in mind, we haven't won the League Cup since 2012 and we haven't won the FA Cup since 2006. So we'd be very drawn for trophies, and we would feel like that we're just competing for either Europa League or top. God knows where we'd be without Klopp, basically, because anyone else could have came in after him, and it could have went really wrong. Even if it was an Ancelotti, who's to say that would guarantee him work?
Yeah, it wouldn't.
Because we didn't have good players when Klopp came in. End of story. That's Klopp's bread and butter.
Yeah,
a shit squad with average players, but some of them just got something in their caliber that Klopp can work with. And he'll use it to his advantage somehow. He's very good in that sense. That's one thing I noticed straight away. He's very good at getting the best out of players. And he even made Mamadou Sakho go from, you know, a very, very below average centre-back to a decent centre-back. Not world class, but decent. He turns out being all right for us. Obviously, he ends up going. But that happened with loads of other players. So without Klopp, mate, you know, all of this doesn't happen, because Liverpool always have a certain amount to spend. You know, when we sold Suarez, we had a certain amount to spend. But look what happens after that. We didn't have the manager to be able to, at least at that time, cope with spending that much money and knowing what to do with it. So, you know, it's weird, mate. But Jurgen Klopp right now, I just don't think it's fact that he's not being given full control. In fact, that's why he's starting Henderson. in my opinion. It's to kind of just say to you, hey, mate, do you see what like I've half got to play? Like, do you see what I've got to do with you, work with? These kids aren't good enough. That's what he's saying. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's what he's saying to me. Do you know when I see Henderson starting and you've got two, even if they are kids, you've still got two proper actual centre-backs who played there for the majority of their career, and you're playing a midfielder.
Yeah, facts, bro. Do you know what I mean? And Klopp's got these man overachieving, yeah. And it's like, if they don't give him money, if you're Jurgen Klopp, you've got to honestly look at it and say, yo, I'm the best manager in world football right now, yeah. Like, if I'm not gonna get money here, how long do I fucking stay here, bro? Do you know what I mean? Like, does that not worry you, bro? Because when you look at the age of the spine of your squad, if they're not going to give him proper rebuild money, how long does he stay at Liverpool if they can't compete financially with the big boys, bro?
Right. So this is the way I kind of think of it. One thing you just said there, Jurgen Klopp, at least definitely right now is the best manager in world football, and he's probably the best manager in the world of recent time, besides maybe like a Sir Alex, who can go to a team that's very average and turn them into, you know, one of the better teams in Europe, let alone just the country. So Jurgen Klopp came in and done that, and that was because it was a project and it weren't easy, and he liked everything about Liverpool at the time. And I think that hasn't left, and I don't think that's changed. I don't think Klopp is really one of them that cares about being proclaimed or by other people claimed as the best manager in the world. He just doesn't care about it whenever he gets an award. He even said the last award that he got, the Bayern manager should have won. Flick. He should have got the awards. You know, he just doesn't give two shiny shit. Manager of the month doesn't care. Does not care. It means nothing to him. When he wins trophies, no light on him. Everything on his players. You know, when it comes to all that, I think he's got to a point where he's grew many relationships within the squad. And I think it's going to be a case where he's going to wait until the board make a decision. And don't get me wrong, if it's me, Jurgen Klopp, that discussion doesn't start for a very, very long time with Klopp leaving. Yeah. But you know what I'm saying, mate? It really, really doesn't. At least not in my eyes. But it doesn't surprise me if the board do kind of do what, you know, Arsenal have done to their previous managers like Unai Emery, you know, haven't backed them to the point to achieve their goals. Oh, but it's their fault. Do you get what I mean? So it's like, even United to an extent, you have kind of done the same. You know, you've allowed your higher above to buy players, and even though some of them are absolutely world class, not all of them is a manager decision. Like Donny van de Beek, he doesn't look like a player that Solskjaer signed because he's not playing. Maybe he takes time, but do you hear what I'm saying, mate? Like,
that's what I mean. But there's rumours that Donny van de Beek was brought in because they almost thought that Pogba was meant to go, and then they kind of pulled the plug on that last minute, bro. You know what I mean? That's the rumours that are coming out of the club. You know what I mean? So I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is for certain, but I know exactly what you're saying about your manager, like 100%. He's definitely not someone who he cares about the accolades as much. You don't really hear him talking about it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. He just does his own job. He's humble in that sense, but it's just, I think it's a strange one, because I think when you look at the likes of like Bayern, bro, like he just makes the most sense to be the next manager there, bro. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like because after they have their cycle with this manager, Bayern love a cycle, 3-4 year cycle, get a new manager in.
I don't think he likes that type of a club, though, Rants. I don't think he goes to a Bayern. I think he's more likely to go back to a Dortmund than go to a Bayern. I just don't think Klopp, that's his type of job. He could have went to Manchester United, but he didn't take that. And he could have got all the money there. So we talk about money right now. Money isn't really his thing. I think he just likes getting his squad out of depth. And, you know, at Dortmund, I actually can't even remember. Did he get sacked? Which, if he did, that's wrong. Or did he leave himself because it was just...
No, I think he left. I don't think he...
I was thinking that because that's what I was going to say. I can't really remember him getting sacked. I think he just wanted a bit of time off football, didn't he?
Yeah.
I think that's all it's going to be. I think if he goes, then it's going to be his own decision, or it's going to be the board sacking him. But I don't think if he makes that... I think if he does make the decision to leave, then it won't be because of money or whatnot. It'll just be because of a similar reason to Dortmund. But the board isn't helping him right now in no way, shape. If it gets to the 1st of February and we haven't got a centre-back, Rants, I'm finished, mate. Because I know what this board's intentions are. I know what it is. And actually, you know, maybe we're going in too much on this centre-back thing, because I also want a striker, which I actually wanted in the summer as well. And I know we got Jota.
Even with Jota, you still think you need another striker?
Firmino's not a striker.
He's not a striker at all. That's what I'm saying. But you know what it is? Klopp is so good that he's made people forget that.
Yeah, he's made the board forget it, but now the board needs to realise, and Klopp really should be saying to him, like, this is the thing. I think if it's Klopp's decision, we've got a centre-back by now. I think if it's Klopp's decision, we've got other signings over the line. Fuck knows, we probably would have even got Werner. Because it's not Klopp who has the full control. Yes, he'll throw out an idea that, yes, I'll want that player. But then the club have got to sign him. They've got to agree a fee. They've got to agree a weekly wage. And they've got to have the agents happy. They've got to have the family willing to move. All of that business that comes into it is why a lot of transfers ends up happening. And I think Klopp... do you know what, Rants? I actually don't know, lad. Like, I don't know. It's a weird one. It's the weirdest time of being a Liverpool fan in a while, you know, mate. And a lot of Liverpool fans will agree there. Even watching, like, other people's opinions, other Liverpool fans on YouTube, mate, it's just like, what's going on right now? What's going on with Mo Salah? This is the weirdest Mo Salah we've had since he's joined the club. Even though he's still scoring every now and then, he's playing shit. The front three is not gelling. It's like they've either been caught out or they're just not working as hard as they used to. I think it's a bit of both. I think they've kind of been caught out, but it just doesn't seem to have that same fire as it did in 17-18, for example. If you go back to 17-18, tearing teams up, even teams that sat back.
Yeah.
So that was the approach anyway, sit back against Liverpool, but we still score 5 past you. But because it was just the motivation was there. So I don't know what it is right now, lads. I really, really don't. But it doesn't help with an unambitious board. And I will only claim them to be that if we don't get a centre-back.
Yeah. Absolutely. And if you look at, I don't know, bro, like, honestly, if I compare it to the most successful era in my football team, the one thing I noticed was Sir Alex Ferguson used to get rid of players, before they got stale. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't wait for Ruud van Nistelrooy to stop scoring before we got rid of him. He went and he won a golden boot in Spain after we got rid of him, bro. Like, because he understood, the importance of having fresh blood and having players that were hungry to prove themselves at all times, bro. Complacency is the most dangerous thing in football. Definitely. And I think, when you look at Salah, Mane, and Firmino, they've never had any competition for their places since they've been at Liverpool. Do you know what I mean? At United, when we won the treble, we had 4 strikers. I mean, we never had a partnership that played. Even York and Cole never started every game together. Like, they didn't. Like, people remember them as a partnership, but York played with Solskjaer. Do you know what I mean? Cole played with Sheringham, even though they didn't get on. Like, do you know what I mean? Sheringham and Solskjaer played together. Do you know what I mean? There were so many different combinations, bro. It wasn't every game Cole and York. Yeah. Whereas with you lot, it's every game Salah, Mane, Firmino for the last 3 years. And they haven't had anyone to push them to maybe think, yo, I could lose my place, bro. Origi was brought in to be a backup. You brought in Minamino as a backup. You brought in KR, Maybe you brought him in to be a first-team player. He ended up being a backup player. But all the players you seem to sign seem to be squad players. Thiago's the first player you've signed that's gone straight into your starting lineup, probably since your goalkeeper and Virgil.
Yeah, nah, defo, lads. It's like there's been a few players that we've wanted to bring in as backups for them, like Shaqiri and, like you mentioned, Origi. Origi was actually there when Klopp came in, I think, so he was just already a part of the bunch. But the fact that he stayed and he remains, and that's what shows Liverpool were happy with him, because we've been offered good sums of money for Origi before and turned it down. So obviously Liverpool rated him in that sense, but I think they were brought in solely as backups and not really to push on. Whereas Jota, he's kind of came in, and he weren't brought in to do that, but he's kind of came in and just done that himself. But I do worry about Liverpool fans putting everything on Jota and this return for Jota, because we thought Thiago was going to come back and we go good again. That hasn't happened. And it's not because of Thiago. It's still the team. How can one player win you a game of football? Do you know what I'm saying? It's just, even though he's elite, mate, it's not going to happen when the rest of the team's bollocks. And yeah, sorry, Rants, I've lost my train of thought there. What was the point that I was leading to?
Just about the lack of competition.
Yeah. So that's what I mean. So they were brought in as backups, and we haven't really focused on bringing it. But Jota weren't brought in for that either. But he's just done that himself. That's what we kind of hope.
He was brought in to be a backup. He wasn't being brought in to displace one of the front players. He wasn't.
He was brought in just kind of like a Shaqiri was. You know what I'm saying?
What I'm saying.
Some backup from Wolves that was going to probably cover a hole in case we did get an injury in the attacking areas. Because we knew that as well. We were very lucky in the sense that we weren't losing any attackers for a long period of time. So we were getting aware that Jota's came in. But I'm worried about Jota getting, people putting too much pressure on him on his return because he's not known as a world-class player. He can do really good things, very good footballer, and his ceiling is fantastic, especially in this team. But you can't just expect him to do it straight away. You know, with the games that we've got coming up as well, I just think it's unrealistic. And I think if he does bad, then it's even more panic stations. It's the team right now. There's no doubt season by season teams have to improve and they need to chop and change. And that's why Man United could stay there for so long. It's not just go and spend 80 to 160 million every single summer. That's not just the only objective. But buy and buy well. You've got to bear in mind, even though we bought 2 players this summer, the summer before, we bought no one. We brought in Adrian, and he was the only senior player.
That's what I'm trying to say, bro.
So it's like, this has been kind of coming for a while, and I've saw it from a distance, but you just didn't think it was going to collapse so soon, and it looks like it's collapsing, and no one has the answers on how it's going to come back. And I want to give you a solution on how we're going to turn this season around, but I'm going to be dead honest with you, Rants. If I don't see a centre-back come in, and obviously goals is our problem, I've said this for weeks, but you've still got to cover that centre-back role. We can't just forget about that just because we're doing okay defensively. But if I do see that, then mate, I'm not really putting us in a title race from this moment. I'm putting us in a top 4 race, and that's even slightly concerning. Honestly, lads, Rants, I'm not talking about the title no more.
But even your manager said, like, I think I've seen quotes. I don't know how true they are, saying that we're in a race for the top 4.
And we are. Everything says we are, Rants. We can't get any wins against the bottom 6. We're doing okay against the top 6. You know what I'm saying? That's just old Liverpool, except we didn't have the possession that we used to. We actually used to have to sit back a lot more. Other than that, the results are the same. Mirror the results, and then they'll be the same. This is how it used to go back in the day. And probably still not as boring, because we still had a Coutinho who you just pass the ball to and he'd do something by himself. Right now, no one's doing that. There's no one who are individually dragging this team through. Because usually this is a team that does well as a team. But now everyone's doing shit individually. Salah, he needs the players around him to be able to get his full performance. But he isn't creating the movements in the space. So
he's not.
What movement did you see against Man United, Rants?
Bruv, they didn't cause us any problems. Like, honestly, like, apart from the long shot from Thiago, David De Gea didn't have shit to do, bro.
That weren't even a listen. Thiago, good on him for taking the effort, but De Gea should have said if that goes.
Yeah, that was a camera save from De Gea. Like, everyone's saying it was a great save, but it's pretty much straight at him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what I mean, bro. Honestly, when I looked at that Liverpool attack, they looked devoid of ideas outside of the first half an hour of the game. Like, they look like they could play for 900 minutes, they wouldn't score. That's what they look like. And that's not what you associate with Liverpool. You associate, like, constant pressure. Do you know what I mean? And them keep banging the door until it falls down.
See, where's that gone? Where's that gone? Where's
no
that
idea.
rock and roll football kind of gone? That's just diminished slowly. But this has been happening since January 2020, since the turn of the year, when, we started really getting comfortable in winning the league and whatnot. We built a momentum run of games. After that lockdown, though, mate, since there's been no fans, and I'm not blaming it on fans because that's not a good enough excuse in my eyes, adapt. You just become the champions. Don't just say it was the fans who got you there, because even though they helped, don't just say that. So when you're talking about this team and you're talking about them going forward, you see them since lockdown and look at what they've done. Look at the points they've accumulated. This isn't a team that we associate getting that many points last season. Still a great thing that they've done. But this has been kind of slowly coming for a while. And we've just been blinded by it because we've won our first. Me included. I'm not saying I saw this coming. I never.
Yeah.
I'll be dead real when I say I'm wrong about something. And I certainly didn't see this coming. Not this soon, at least. I knew that there was probably going to be a collapse at some point. But I don't even know when this gets fixed. Because we're still getting chances, but not good ones.
But look at this comment here. They're talking about your midfield. Obviously, your attack aren't scoring goals. I don't know the numbers, so I don't know if you're creating less chances now than you used to create. But the aging of the midfield, do you know what I mean? The Hendersons, the Wijnaldums, obviously the injury to Oxlade-Chamberlain, Lallana's gone. Do you know what I'm saying?
Gini Wijnaldum's gone.
Gini's gone, but also, like, he's 29 going on 30. It's like, when you look at your midfield, I think apart from Fabinho, most of them are like over 28, aren't they?
Yeah, Curtis Jones is a young one, obviously, but he's just came through. Yeah,
I mean, your spine. When you look at your spine, yeah.
Yeah, Naby Keita as well, which he was supposed to be a big signing, and he never had no injury problems before. There is things that Liverpool have got unlucky with, and just because we've been so good, it's kind of just ignored, you know what I mean? Because we have had some tough things going on, like I said the other day as well, about Oxlade-Chamberlain. But with all these players and with all these decisions being made from the club and whatnot, I just think it's one of them, bro. Like, we'll just have to kind of get through until the summer, see it through till then, and really heavily invest there. Because right now, I'm happy just going all in for the Champions League and the FA Cup. You know, people are talking about the midfield as well, mate. That's not our number one concern. We need a centre-back and a striker before you can start talking about the midfield. So I get what people mean about the age and whatnot, but our midfield right now is still the thing getting us through. You mentioned Jordan Henderson. He was actually good against you yesterday, or whenever it was, but he was actually one of the better performances. Even going forward, he was spraying passes, not fantastic ones, but he was at least creating a little bit of something from centre-back because he had to. There was nothing else being made. So
facts, bro. Facts.
It's just about focusing on what needs to be done first before the midfield, because apparently we're skint. So it is what it is.
Yeah, it's not even apparently. You've always been a sell. You've always been a sell to buy club, yeah. Under
I
your
understand
current
we're not
owners.
rich. I understand we're not rich, but we've got dough to splash 20 million. And if we don't, then I don't know what we're splashing this on in our free time. Mr. Henry up in the top isn't going to strip clubs on the weekly basis, my mate. Do you know what I mean? He should still have some of this dough left. Shouldn't be all gone. So what then? So even though you sell Coutinho and you bring in a Van Dijk and an Alisson, who the fuck have you brought in since then? And a Fabinho, maybe. Like, come on, mate. Since that summer when we bought a Fabinho, what have we bought? Harvey Elliott, who's in the Championship, smashing it for Blackburn, and Adrian, who's cost us about 20 goals. It's only now that we've just got a Thiago and Jota, who really we haven't got to see much of. And we should have got more before that. So we have a more stronger squad. This is why City, season by season, have just kept improving.
Yeah.
Same with Man United. Even through the shit, they'll spend money. But we don't spend money when we're winning. So where does that money go?
But that's the difference. You need to spend money where you're winning. That's how you create, dominance. Because everyone says, oh, City bought their way to all the success and this, that, and the other. But bro, even though United, didn't spend the Man City money, like all at once, United always strengthened, bro. Always strengthened. We bought Wayne Rooney for £30 million, which I think was a British record at the time, and we bought Wayne Rooney into a squad, when we already had Ruud van Nistelrooy, Louis Saha, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Cristiano Ronaldo, bro. Like, we already had those players. Obviously, Cristiano wasn't what he would grow to be, but we didn't buy Rooney, because we didn't have anyone scoring goals. We had Saha and Ruud van Nistelrooy, bro, who was always a contender for the Premier League Golden Boot, bro. Do you know what I mean? He was scoring over 20 league goals every season, and we still brought Rooney in. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? Ruud van Nistelrooy scored, like, I think 30 plus goals in all competitions the season that we bought Wayne Rooney. Like, that's the difference, bro. Like, when Mane and Salah and these men are banging goals, you still bring someone in that can challenge them for their spot, even if it means that they're sitting on the bench or whatever. You have to create competition, to be a top team, bro. When you bring in a player and you know that they're not going to play, bro, that don't do nothing. Do you know what I'm saying? That doesn't do nothing, bro. Like, if you're a Liverpool player and you're seeing certain players coming in, like your Minaminos and stuff like that, bro, if you're playing in the midfield, you're not worried about losing your spot to him, with all due respect. You know that he's been brought in to be a squad player. You know that. You know what I'm saying? Forlan was there as well. Yeah, you're right. Diego Forlan, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Louis Saha, and Ruud van Nistelrooy, and we still slapped 30 million on Wayne Rooney. And I think Alan Smith was there or thereabouts as well in that squad. I think maybe Alan Smith might have came in that 2004 season as well. But bro, like, we spent dough even when we was winning stuff. And that's
when
what
you didn't need to. When you didn't need to. You know what I mean, mate?
But in football, you always need to. Because everyone around you always strengthens every summer. So why should you? Why shouldn't you? Do you know what I mean? Because you don't also have to strengthen your team, in conjunction for what you need. But you have to take into account that every year it gets harder to win the league because everyone else is better.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? And look at that, Luke Shaw. As soon as Tellers came in, Luke Shaw started playing football. The last time Luke Shaw started playing football is when Brandon Williams came up to the first team and benched Luke Shaw. Before that, he knew that he had no competition in the team whatsoever.
Well, same with Firmino at the beginning of the season when Mane and Salah weren't realised as doing shit at the end. They were still doing okay to many extents. So Firmino was the one who was outshines as the poor performer. Jota comes in, even goes ahead of him in the starting 11 from time to time. And then when Bobby comes back into the team, he starts playing better again.
Yeah.
And it's like that level of competition is always healthy for the squad for many reasons. And even though it might put a bit more of a hole in your bank account. Oh, let me just tell you something, FSG. Didn't know if you knew this. You know, if you win shit, it gives you more money, gives you more revenue, gives you more eyeballs, gets more fans to you. So it's like, there's nothing but good about winning things. This is what I don't get about Liverpool. Yeah. It's like, you got there and we were far. Rants, what did I say when I came into the Red Talk the other day? We were like 30 points clear above you or whatever it was. So to go from that to now being in January, heading into February, with you top and we're fourth from that, I don't care whatever centre-back's out. That just shows that you're not fully properly fueling this club right.
Yeah.
From top to bottom. You might be filling in areas, which is making it look all right, but you're not really doing the job that we need you to do to maintain this success. And like I said, I don't want to just taste what it's like to win a league. I want to win it again and again and again. But this is why I'm actually probably going to start suggesting just focus on FA Cup football, focus on the Champions League again. Because the FA Cup is a trophy we haven't won, at least with this squad of players. And the Champions League is still, not far off the Premier League, and at least we've got that out the way. And I just don't think this squad is... I talk about yous not being able to maintain this squad can't maintain a Premier League. And I've been suggesting that for a while. But if our best players are now dropping form, then we've got no chance. Yeah. No chance. Forget Van Dijk. Even if Van Dijk's in this team, we're not... I think this is what people seem to forget as well. If Van Dijk's back into this team, it doesn't change fuck all. We might win a few more games.
But you're not... But the problem is not your defence, because it's not like you're conceding loads. It's
what I'm saying.
It's because you're not scoring, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? So Van Dijk coming into this team doesn't change it.
Yeah.
It doesn't change the dynamic of the game. Like, Van Dijk's not scoring goals for you. Yeah, he will get the odd header from a corner here and there, but the reason why you're not scoring is not because of Virgil.
Yeah.
It's not because of Virgil. And that's what, like I said before the game, I said, the fact that you're not beating the West Broms and the Newcastles, that's got nothing to do with your defence, because you didn't concede a goal against us.
Facts.
Do you know what I mean? So the conceding goals, that's not the issue here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not the issue here, bro.
And even against West Brom, we didn't, even though we scored in that game, we didn't concede that goal until Matip got injured and Reece Williams came on. So, when, there's a change in defence, there can be, a mistake or two when that happens. Other than that, like Liverpool fans, and I've only been shouting centre-back because we need one. Other than that, it's not our key problem in terms of current form. It's not why we're saying centre-back. Not every time we drew them games, we didn't come out of there. Besides West Brom, because we actually could have won that if we didn't concede that goal. Other than that, I've seen no reason to why we're criticising the back four. If anything, we should be absolutely. Like the way Fabinho's been getting the respect that he's been getting over the past 24 hours. Do that every week, because this back four is doing a madness. This goalkeeper has got two midfielders, either one midfielder or a kid, or two midfielders in front of him, and two attacking fullbacks.
It's mad. You know what I'm saying? And you know what's mad, yeah? When I look at the mentality of the two coaches, like, there's been a lot made of, obviously, what Klopp said about United, about we didn't come to play football in XYZ. And it's always been my thing, yeah, with football. Like, for instance, yeah, like, you can tell a manager's intent by the substitutions they make and the team they pick. One thing I can say about Jurgen Klopp is, yeah, everyone's complaining about Liverpool's defense, yeah. We've got our first choice defense, and we're still adamant, yeah. We're playing two holding midfielders, yeah, that can't really progress the football, yeah, against certain teams, even against a massively weakened Liverpool team. Jurgen Klopp has got two centre midfielders playing at centre back, and he still said fuck it and played Shaqiri in midfield anyway, instead of going for three midfielders to kind of defensively protect them. Do you know what I mean? And that's the difference I think in the attitude of the managers. So when Klopp is saying this year, I don't think Klopp saying it from a salty point of view. I think he's saying it from the point of view that, bro, if I had those players, there's no way I'm fucking setting them up to play like that. And I agree. Do you know what I mean? I think he's saying it from that point of view. And I have to agree with him on that. Like, and Ollie's come out saying, oh, we're disappointed with the draw because of the balance of the chances we had. But bro, if you really wanted to win the game, you had the players to do it. You just didn't. You didn't make those changes. Like I even said before the game, I was like, Liverpool don't have anything on the bench to change the game for them. If they're going to win the game, the players are already on the pitch.
Yeah.
United had players on the bench to win that game. They had tactical changes they could have made to win that game, and we didn't go for it, innit? And it feels like to me that we passed up on a massive opportunity to make a massive statement, by ending your run at home, also showing the rest of the league that, yo, I know you're not really respecting us as a team that can challenge for the title, but yo, we've just beaten the champions at home. And I think we passed up on a big opportunity to actually make that statement. We had McTominay and Fred playing in a double pivot against a Liverpool team that didn't look like they were going to score in a month of Sundays. He could have definitely taken off one of the defensive midfielders and brought on a striker. He didn't need to take off Martial to bring on Cavani. He could have left Martial on, taken off Fred or McTominay, put Pogba back there and brought in another attacker if he wanted to be positive. When he took Bruno off, it was 3 minutes before the end of the fucking game. Like, do you know what I mean? That wasn't going to do anything. Yeah, you've brought on Mason then, but again, that change wasn't going to change the balance of the game. There was like 3 or 4 minutes left. So, like, from a personal point of view, I think you could see the mentality of the two different managers. Like, Ollie's got the better squad of players for that game, and Klopp picks the way more positive team than Ollie. Do you know what I'm saying? So, now, I mean, that was my only frustration with the game yesterday. I genuinely believe that if we swap the squads around here, Klopp goes for it with that Man United squad and probably puts 3 or 4 past that Liverpool team because they were there to really be rattled. Like, do you know what I mean? How many last-ditch challenges did Fabinho or Henderson have to make? How many defensive clearances, headers, or blocks did they have to make? None.
There was, to be fair, there was a couple. I'm not saying there was loads. I understand the point that he's trying to make. They weren't, you know,
your goalkeeper made 2 good saves.
More. 2 good saves, but Fabinho made 2 good interceptions as well. I remember one clearly. Was it in the second or the first half? But either way, if he didn't make the interception, Fabinho, you would have been through on goal. There's like, it's a fact. But
it's not last ditch though. That's what I'm saying. Like we didn't have man scrambling. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We weren't like, oh, Liverpool have cleared it off the line. Like cleared it off, like off the post. And It wasn't that. It wasn't panic stations, bro. Like you lot weren't back against the wall at any point. Like I never thought like, yo, we've got Liverpool on the ropes. We're gonna get them here. It's only a matter of time. It never felt like that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And if you're 2 central midfielders playing at centre back, you don't really want to be defending like, you know what I mean, like balls to the wall. You don't want to be defending like that. And I don't think we made you defend like that, considering the players that we had to choose from, bro. We had Donny van der Beek, we had Marcus Rashford, Anthony Martial, Cavani, Pogba, Fernandes, Mata on the bench. Tellers could have come on for more attacking thing if we really wanted to, even though Luke Shaw did play well. Bro, we had options.
Yeah.
And we didn't really stretch you.
Yeah. The game was like, you had spells that was better than our spells, but our spells were longer. So we had more of the possession out of the overall game and whatnot. We might have controlled it, but when you were above us essentially in the game, that was where we really kind of felt it in a sense, and we had to trust our goalkeeper once or twice. I mean, there was the Bruno shot, which was a great save, but the Pogba one, I feel like that's actually one for Alisson's standards. I'd expect him to make it. I'm not going to lie to you.
It's a bloody good save, though.
It's still a sound save. I'm not trying to take anything away from it, but for what I see, you know, if that's Adrian and go, listen, mate, that goes in.
Yeah.
Goes in the back of the net, and he might have even got a hand to it. But Alisson, I feel so safe. Like, even if you've got one-on-one, there's no other keeper I want in that net. Like, people bring up Jan Oblak, and that's a great point, but he's got a great defence in front of him at Atletico Madrid. Alisson's had to save us when it's one-on-ones, even with Van Dijk there. So, it's like, don't get me wrong, I rate Jan Oblak and other great goalkeepers like Ter Stegen and whatnot, but what I see Alisson week in, week out, he saves us points. He got us a point against you. Without that.
Yeah, for sure.
And even if you get 1-0, we're not coming back into the game.
Yeah. No chance. You didn't look like you were scoring in a month of Sundays, bro.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I like what if I can say one positive though. I liked the Shaqiri bringing him. I liked it. I like just changing it up and give him a go. Otherwise, what was the point of never bringing him in? You know what I mean? It's like he might not be good enough, but why did you bring him in then? It's give him a chance. Let's see what he can do. And even though he was shit after that first half an hour, it was still good to see that he still brought something to the team. Still added a little bit of spark that the front three hasn't been creating for us. Yeah. So that's literally the only positive I can take. But I don't think Man United fans, and I know you're not one of them, but it's like should be as happy about that result as quite a few Man United fans was. Because even though before the game a 0-0 draw against Liverpool, at Anfield especially isn't bad. Like you said, the game was there for the taking.
It was.
In terms of both teams, in terms of how the game was played. If we're not going to score goals, then really you're the only team who has a chance to win.
Yeah, it's true. Bro, but that's the thing. My thing is, it's the mentality and the attitude, innit? I feel like having this manager, and the way the club's being run now is actually promoting mediocrity. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's what I've always worried about. And that's why I wanted the manager out, is because I feel like having the manager there and the board there, they want us to be happy with shit like that. Ollie's going to come out and say, oh, yeah, we wanted the win. But no, we didn't. Because look at the substitutions you made, bro. You didn't go for it. You didn't roll the dice, bro. Don't lie to us. Don't tell us that, we really wanted to win. You finished the game with 2 holding midfielders on. Still. Do you know what I mean? Against a team that didn't look like scoring, bro. You done a like-for-like substitution. You took off a wide attacking player and put on another attacking player. You didn't take off a defensive player and put on an attacking player. That's what managers do when they want to win a game. So why are you conning us? Do you know what I'm saying? And that's my concern. My concern is that a lot of fans are saying, oh, yeah, but it's a draw at Anfield. Bro, that's not the point, bro. You're not going to get a better chance to make a statement against the champions of the Premier League. And not only that, not only do you end Liverpool's unbeaten run and potentially end like a realistic push for the title, but also when you make certain changes, it's a statement of intent in football. If Klopp sees, United are going for this, they've taken off a defensive player, puts an attacking player, also the players on the pitch, it actually makes them sit back 5-10 yards now because they're like, oh shit, they're bringing on another attacker. Do you know what I mean? Like, bruv, like football's a psychological game as well. Everything from Sir Alex Ferguson standing on the side, tapping his watch. Usually, that might get an extra 2 minutes of added time that we weren't going to get. Do you know what I mean? There's different things that he does. And there's different things that you do in football to influence a game, bro. And making certain substitutions, it does influence the game, bro.
That's Klopp's problem as well, though. That's like, I'm not going to lie to you. Klopp has to be questioned right now, Rants. Not in terms of getting sacked. No one twist my words. No one. Because
you can question any manager.
But you can still question him. That's fact. And that's one thing a lot of Liverpool fans especially get confused when you call Jurgen Klopp out on something. But his decision making is piss poor. It's piss poor, lads. I can't think of a game, maybe besides... Well, not even Barcelona 4-0 because he was forced into that substitution when Robbo went off and Wijnaldum came on. I can't think of many games. I'm sure there's one or two. I'm sure there's a few, but I can't think of many games where Klopp's made a substitution and it was a great choice. Fantastic. At least recently. I'm really struck. He does it a lot less than what he doesn't do. So like he'll leave them too late way more often than what he should. Is basically what I'm trying to say. And that should be called out because I feel like if you do give Origi more of a chance at the end of the game, then it could motivate him more because you're just here giving him 3 minutes at the end of each match. What do you want him to do? Yeah,
what do you want him to do, bro? Like it's almost not fair on him.
In your head, you want him to go up for the corner and get a header. I'm not being funny. You need to get more into the game. The other centre-backs have been running around all game. They're going to be more up for that header than Origi will. Origi's just came on. He's just been jogging down the sidelines. He's not fired up.
Yeah, it's
not. It's the same with Shaqiri when he comes on for the last 4 minutes. Yeah, like what do you want him to do?
And when you bring on, as a footballer, when you get subbed on with 4 minutes to go, you know that the game's nearly done. You can't even get into it like that.
Your thought process is, I'm just being brought on to waste time, pretty much.
Yeah, that's it. You're not thinking, you know what, I can get one here. Bro, who gives a fuck? You know what I mean? Like, bro, honestly, like as a footballer, bro, like a manager couldn't tell me to warm up with 5 minutes to go. Because I say, what's the point, bro? Like honestly, like what are you playing at? You know what I mean? And like bringing on Mason Greenwood, for Bruno Fernandes when the game's done. like to make it look like we're going for it. No, bro, make that substitution 20 minutes before, then I'll believe you, innit?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When I look at that Liverpool game, I looked at it, yeah, where I'm looking at this now, I'm thinking we don't need McTominay and Fred in there. We don't, innit? And furthermore, yeah, if we want to have more of a foothold on the game, yeah, Bruno doesn't keep the ball well. Neither does McTominay and Fred. We could have said, all right, cool, I'm going to bring on the Nemanja Matic because at least he keeps the ball a bit better. We keep giving it back to Liverpool. He didn't do that. He could have easily brought on Matic because the Matic and Pogba double pivot actually has won 70% of our games together, bro. And in a game, they control the midfield a bit better. Or you could have brought on Donny van der Beek. Didn't do it. There were loads of times where you could have brought on Donny instead of Bruno, or you could have taken off Fred and McTominay, really, or you could have taken off Fred or McTominay and put Pogba in the double pivot. There's so many things you could have done. You could have put Matic in there with Pogba, do you know what I'm saying, and taken off McTominay and Fred if you really wanted to, and left Bruno in there with Matic and Pogba and gone for it and played all the attackers. There's so many different things he could have done.
See, the way you're saying all that, I can't think of many things Klopp could have done.
Yeah, because you had nothing on the bench. But we had so many different options, bro. We had Bruno off for Donny, leave Martial on the left. Do you know what I'm saying? We could have taken off flipping McTominay or Fred, moved Pogba into the double pivot, brought on another attacker instead of playing Pogba right mid. We could have played Martial up front, Pogba on the left, Rashford on the right. I mean, Bruno could have stayed there. You know what I'm saying? And you take off flipping one of the double pivot players and bring on Donny van der Beek, or you bring on Matic. We had so many changes to make, and Oli made none of them. And then had the cheek to say that, yeah, we feel like we missed out on an opportunity. We didn't go for it. And everyone's sipping on that Kool-Aid that Ollie's trying to feed them about, like we were unlucky and we went for it. No, we didn't. No. You know what I mean? Like, we were cowards out there. The game was there to be won. Everyone's saying United had the better of the chances. Imagine if we actually went for it.
Imagine if you'd had more of them. Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
If we had 3 or 4 more of them chances, we would have scored one of them. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's the difference, bro. The reason why we did not win is because we didn't go for it. It's not because Liverpool are a great side. Because Ollie said, oh, yeah, we've come up against a great side today. No, we didn't. Liverpool are a great football club, but that is nowhere near a great side. That's not a great side.
This is what I've been saying to people for days, you know, Rants, and I don't want this show to just be us agreeing for the whole of it, but I've literally been saying this to people, like, listen, like, we're not good at football right now. Like, if you get, like, this is what I was trying to say to you when it came into the video, because obviously I know where Saeed, and listen, rightly so, he was made up because he's a top of the league and I said that, but it seemed like he was kind of okay with the results, and I'm thinking to myself, like, how can you be all right with that result when we're there, like you've said it, we're there to be beat. We're not good right now. Our attackers, even though it's Mo Salah, Mane and Firmino, right now they might as well be fucking Ngog, Ryan Babel with one leg, and Jermaine Pennant, as you like to say, Jermaine Pennant on the right. So you've got all these into a factor. You really had a chance to go. You had a chance to go 6 points clear and start building a gap with City, with the form that they're in. Is when are they next going to lose? So, you know, it's kind of 2 points drop for yous as well, in a sense, even though before the game a draw does look decent.
Bruv, we had options, bro. Imagine we could be sitting here 6 points clear of Liverpool right now, and people taking us seriously. But now people are going to look at our...
If you won, you would be.
But people are looking at our results against the top 6, and that's why they don't believe in us, bro. Because like, even before the game, you were like, yeah, cool, we're playing shit, but what have you done against the top 6? And you were right, because we never go for it. Every time you play top 6 teams, it's damage limitation. And the thing is with our manager, every time he comes up against a team, where the players are similar in ability, he can't get it done.
Listen, lad, Solskjaer could see fat Ronaldo return and he just stopped because he knows what he's done back in his day. Do you know what I mean? Like, lad, it's like some of these players, when they're not in form, you can stop them. You don't have to be so defensive. You don't have to be so worried about their offense. Like, and that's why I question Man United and being able to maintain it. That's it. It's the manager. It's his decisions. I don't know how Donny van der Beek isn't in the team. I've said this from the outside looking in, because even though I'm a Liverpool fan, I care about how we're doing. As a football fan, I'm interested to see what I would do if I was in that situation. If I'm only going to Solskjaer, I'm playing Donny van der Beek more. Why? Because he's a better footballer than most of the players that's on that pitch. Bar Paul Pogba and Bruno Fernandes, probably best baller on the pitch. Give him a chance to prove it at least. If I'm wrong, fair enough, but give him a chance. And his last game was good as well. Who did he play? Watford in the
he was good.
FA Cup. He was good. And when has he had a bad game? When have you left a game and said, Donny van de Beek was shit today? Where he's been given a full 90 minutes as well?
Never. Like, he's never had a bad game for us. And that's the thing, because he's actually a quality player. But the thing is, yeah, and like what guys say in the top 6, yeah, in top 6 games, a lot of the time, yeah, ball retention is so important, bro. Because against the top teams, it's the fine margins. Usually, against top teams, you normally create a similar amount of chances. Everything comes down to the quality. It's not like when you play up against a West Brom where like you just batter them and you've had like 18 shots and they've had like 4. In the big games, it comes down to fine margins. And when it comes down to fine margins, it comes down to substitutions and all these other things. We always come up short.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And that's what it is, bro. And that's why for me, you have to judge managers at the decisive moments, bro. Not always in like the big games, because like for instance they say certain managers, oh yeah, Ollie's got a good record against Pep, he's got a good record against these managers and all that. Why? Because he doesn't lose. That's what a good manager, that's what a good record is, because we're not beating these men when it matters. Because even though we beat Man City in the league, when it mattered in the cup game, they beat us, knocked us out. Do you know what I mean? Like it happened in the League Cup, bro. When it mattered, Man City beat us. When it matters, they always beat us. And that's what I prefer to look at when it matters. When it matters and we needed a single point from 3 games, we lost all 3 games. When it matters, bro. We've been out of 4 semi-finals in a row. This game against Liverpool, we didn't go for it. And this is going to keep happening. It's going to keep happening at the top level, bro. And that's why I worry about the long-term future of my club. Do you know what I mean? I worry, bro, because I'm like, we're not going to do it when it matters.
Yeah. Definitely. People will just look at that though and say that you're negative and this, that, and the other. Listen, like I've even had like people messaging me over the past night and saying, James, like I get the frustration, but like you're going a bit like as if I'm trying to go a bit far. I'm not going far. I'm not saying anyone else. I'm not saying anyone lose the job. But if it gets to the 1st of February and we haven't got a centre back, I'm counting us out for that title race. I'm already kind of doing it, but I mean, I'm really counting us out of that title race. There's not a chance. There's not a chance. And it's the same with it's top 4. That's even looking bleak. Look how many teams are in for that race.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? You have got a much better squad. You can say what you want about the manager, but the squad can at least beat teams individually on their day. Do you know what I mean? They can sometimes grab the manager through that game. Man City look like they're just a full package this season. And then you've got Southampton and Leicester wanting to make little good runs. Everton are really, really good with Carlo Ancelotti. He's got something going on there. We've got more teams to worry about. So we could be looking at Liverpool. And obviously, I don't think this will happen. I'm assuming that we can still maintain a top 4 position, but at least as time as we speak. But who's to say when it gets to May, we can't be 8th or 9th? The league's close, man. The league's close. So,
bro, the league is close. As it stands now, yeah, we can't tell how the league's going to finish, bro. Like, bro, we could end up not even finishing in the top 4. That's what the league looks like, bro. Like, honestly, like that's how it looks like. We're at the top of the league now. Title contenders easily can finish outside the top 4. Easily. Because Liverpool can go on a run of rediscovering themselves. City go above us with a game in hand. All of a sudden, like Tottenham just keep picking up points. Do you know what I'm saying? Bruv, it can happen. Like, this league is nuts right now.
I don't like it. Nah, do you know what? I do like it, but I don't like it. I don't like it as a Liverpool fan. But mate, if I was a neutral, I am boiling. Oh,
no, bro. No, absolutely. Absolutely. Do you know what I mean? Van der Sar said this on Donny van de Beek. It's hard. Pogba's coming back. Fernandes is important. Matic and McTominay, who are there. That's what I mean. There's no shame at all. It's a big club. Exactly. He's going to say that. Do you know what I mean? Because he has to. Do you know what I mean? And he wants to keep doing business with United, but he knows this bullshit. Man said Matic and McTominay with a straight face. Them man can't lace Donny van de Beek's fucking boots, mate. You know what I mean? They can't lace his boots. And the thing is, yeah, people, like someone said, oh, if we win the league, yeah, are you still going to be Ollie out? Are you still going to have these views? Bro, my thing is with the manager. You know what I said about substitutions and what kind of message it sends? What message does it send, yeah, when you're going out telling people we're the biggest football club in the world, we can do all the things that other clubs can't do, this, that, and the other, look at our revenue, this, that, and the other Instagram followers. And then you're hiring somebody that is not good enough to be the manager, bro, and you're actually championing mediocrity, even if we win the Premier League, that doesn't all of a sudden make him the best man for the job. It doesn't, bro. That's not how these things work. Just because you win, that doesn't mean you're the best, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? There's so many different factors, yeah, that actually come into that. It's just like if you're the top scorer in the Premier League,
won the league,
bro. Exactly. Ranieri won the league, bro. Like, and he got sacked the following season, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, Ranieri won the league. Does that mean that he's the best manager in the world or the best manager in England? No, it doesn't. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, if you finish top scorer of the Premier League, that doesn't mean you're the best player in the league. It just means you scored the most goals. You see what I mean? That's all it means. Like, sometimes what happens is just what happens, bro. That doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean nothing. If Oli wins the league, there'll be loads of different reasons why. There'll be a fortune with the injuries that Liverpool have had. There's been fortune that even when we finished third last year, we were lucky because Pogba and Marcus Rashford, if not for COVID, we wouldn't have got them back. The season got postponed. Both of them were ruled out for the season.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So we probably don't finish in the top 4 if they don't come back. Pogba came off the bench and won that penalty against Tottenham that Bruno scored. We would have lost that game. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many different things in football that you can't quantify, yeah, by just saying, all right, cool, we finished top. Ollie's the best manager, United are the best team. Bro, so many things have happened this year. Do you know what I'm saying? And you have to look at things with a level head. Even if we win the league this season, he's not the best manager in the league. He's not the best manager in Europe. And I believe that if we're the best team in the world, we should want the best manager in Europe or one of the best managers in Europe. We should be in for the best players in Europe. The fact that we let Thiago go to Liverpool because we didn't want we wanted to keep McTominay. Southampton wanted McTominay. And we didn't want to pay the money for Thiago. We wanted to keep McTominay instead. If you're a serious team, yeah, in European
football, you could have probably got more money from McTominay than what you would have spent on Thiago.
Bro, you do not turn down an opportunity to sign one of the best midfielders in the world, yeah, to keep Scott McTominay if you're a serious club. You don't do it.
Yeah.
You don't do it. Do you know what I mean? So there's a lot of things that Manchester United do, yeah, that tell me that they don't have the mentality of a big club anymore. And that does worry me. And I think having Oli as the manager shows me that the club doesn't have the mentality of a big club, bro. It's almost like, let's bring the mates in. Oh, Darren Fletcher, you need a job. Come in, mate. What's your credentials? Yeah, that's it. Darren Fletcher, what's your credentials as a coach? Oh, I don't have any. All right, cheers. Yeah. Come in, lad. Do you know what I'm saying?
Like, all right, mate.
Yeah, that's it. Fucking hell, you've been there loads of. You know where the toilet is. You know what I mean? Like, brother, like, we can't keep doing that. If we're gonna compete with the big guns like the Bayern Munichs and all of this, bro, we can't keep doing this.
Yeah, the reason why I'm sitting here chuckling like a little fat kid as well, mate, is because I think if you brought Thiago in and that's your midfield in Bruno, Thiago, and Pogba, don't take the piss.
It's the best midfield in the fucking world.
Don't take the piss out of me. It's one of the best midfields of all time. If it gets
bro,
the chance to,
if you had Thiago sitting in that number 6 feeding the ball to Pogba and then Bruno ahead of that.
No, I don't want to think about that. I really don't. So unless they're wearing Liverpool shirts, then nah, mate, I don't want to think about that. Lad, that's different. No, because that's a midfield that should be able to win you the league by itself, and then that's different energy. But because you've got the name of a Fred, like what Brazilian? Pardon me, dog, because it stands apart, but what Brazilian is called Fred, and then you've got McTominay as well. Do you know what I mean? No, lads, like you've got these two type of scenarios, and then you could have got a Thiago, and then your midfield, you've got Van der Beek on the bench, you've got Paul Pogba, you've got Bruno Fernandes. Don't even have to go out to get Van der Beek. Leave Van der Beek, sell McTominay, bring in Thiago. Then your midfield 3, different levels. And then you're thinking about Rashford and Martial. Look how much better they will play with that midfield behind them. Like, that's just the type of things that players like Thiago and that does. But the thing is, right now, Thiago isn't being given the service around him. He's just gone from playing in a team of full 11 monster steroid, like, you know, animalistic players, lad. You know what I mean? Now he's coming into a depleted Liverpool team that's got a couple of injuries and a bunch of unmotivated Premier League champions.
Yeah.
So,
But that's what I'm saying, bro. And I don't want to see these Ole Gunnar Solskjaer comparisons to Sir Alex Ferguson, who won a European trophy before he took over at Manchester.
Be careful with that. Be careful with that.
And even the Klopp comparison is dangerous because Klopp played Champions League finals and won one of the top 4 leagues in Europe. Let's not do this. Do you know what I mean? People, again, that's the media propaganda, that Ole comparison to Sir Alex Ferguson and the Ole comparison to Klopp. That's what it is. It's bullshit. Do you know what I mean? Stop doing that. If you understand football, you do not make these comparisons.
Listen, why did Unai Emery? Yeah, and this is actually not a bad comparison because even though Arsene Wenger weren't as good as Sir Alex, he was still a very good manager who was there for a long time. How come when he left and Unai Emery comes in, Unai Emery gets sacked? So what? If he gets sacked and you trust Ole Gunnar Solskjaer for what? Because Man United have done it before. Because bear in mind, Sir Alex had proper manager experience and done well at clubs and building them up, even though it might have not been the highest level. It was still a level. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, I can't think of a moment where he's built a club to being, where they were shit and then he's built them up. And especially not to the job at Man United. So you're just thinking long term. This is what I always say about my owners, and I've said this for a good part of the year. It's like from the summer we never signed no one. In fact, it's like these owners are all right winning us a league and a Champions League, but that's not even them. They've got the right man in. They got lucky with the manager because the manager likes the fortunes of the club, not FSG. He likes the environment of Liverpool, what Liverpool stands for. He loves the way that the atmosphere builds in big moments for games for Liverpool and whatnot. All of this, you got lucky. It's not anything to do directly with them. And that's where you've got to see the bigger picture. And that's where you've got to realise you've actually got to improve season by season to be able to maintain the level of success that I said, Alex. Because that's the comparison always. That's the mark that every manager, when you get a new manager in the club, can he do what Sir Alex done? Every team does it. Do you know what I mean? I mean, besides Spurs and Jose Mourinho, because Jose Mourinho's just coming in to win you a trophy and then dusty. Other than that, you have big hopes for a manager. But what has Ole Gunnar Solskjaer shown you, Man United fans watching this, that he's going to be able to achieve that? I don't know. Otherwise, he'd be kind of achieving it now because look at the squad Sir Alex had when he came in. Didn't have a Paul Pogba.
But that's what I'm saying, bro. So, a lot of these guys, a lot of the opinions that these guys are getting, is just literally media propaganda. United have done that very well. Do you know what I mean? I think even Ole mentioned the Klopp thing, himself. He shouldn't be mentioning these things. Do you know what I'm saying? And it comes from the media, blowing smoke up people's asses. What Klopp's done in his career before he came to Liverpool, surpasses anything Ole's done in his 12 years of management. Do you know what I mean? What Sir Alex Ferguson did at Aberdeen alone, surpasses anything Ole would probably do in his whole career. So the comparisons are they're only from people that don't understand the game of football and they're dangerous. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? They're very dangerous. Do you know what I'm saying? The guy took over, I think, Cardiff at 11th place and relegated them. And won a league title in the Norwegian league that's not even recognized as a decent league anywhere in Europe. That's all man's done. Do you know what I mean? So to compare him to the great Sir Alex Ferguson or Jurgen Klopp, is an absolute disgrace. You know what I mean? It's an absolute disgrace.
Nah, you're right, lad. You're right. Yeah, I want to ask you something, though, Rants, and it's kind of changing the topic, but I've just said that I think we're pretty much top 4 contenders now. Do you think the same about Liverpool?
I don't
do you think we're still in with a shot?
You know the reason why I say I don't know is because I had City down to win the league anyway. But the problem is, the fact that you have Klopp as manager, and you also, even though the players aren't playing well now, they still know what is they know what it takes to do it, bro. Do you see what I'm saying? So that could always change. Liverpool one day, they can just get a jammy flipping deflected goal and all of a sudden the floodgates open again and the confidence is back. Do you know what I mean? That's the thing with this team, bro. Because when I watched how Liverpool started the first 20 minutes against Man United, it looked like the Liverpool of old. But then for some reason, it's like someone pulled the handbrake up.
Yeah.
But I don't know what happened.
It's a great way to put it. It's a great way to put it.
That's what it looked like. That's what it looked like. Someone just said, handbrake up, that's enough. You know what I'm saying? But brother, imagine if they start like that against a team and score 3 goals in the first 20 minutes. All of a sudden, they believe in it now. And they're like, you know what, guys? It was a little blip. We're back now. Because mathematically, you go on a run of 3 wins, yeah, and you're fucking top of the league again. You know what I mean? Like, and there's still half a season to play. You know what I mean? There's still half a league, bro. People are forgetting there's still half a season to play.
We're in January, Rants. What the fuck?
And we started in October as well. It's not even like we started in August.
No way.
We didn't start in August, bro. We didn't start in August. If Mo Salah gets a deflected goal or something like that, and his confidence comes back and then he scores a hat-trick one game, which he's more than capable of doing, all of a sudden it's like, all right, cool, Salah's back now. And I think he's still one of the top scorers in the fucking league, even though he's playing well.
I think he's still outscored his previous 2 seasons to this point or something crazy like that. But it's not really like even the point though. Like, it's a mad stat, but it's not even the point. It's like you can tell with your eyes if your team are up for it. You can see if it's going right, and you can see when it's going wrong. And that's just all I see with Liverpool. But it's been coming though.
Yeah.
It's not like it's just come over the patch. It's only now the results are showing for it. It's like a painting that shit, but it was turned around, and now you're actually able to see the painting, and you've already bought it. And what? It's like this has been coming. Like you should have knew it ain't going to be great. Do you get what I mean? Especially if you didn't know what you were buying. So it's like one of them. Not a great analogy. Never been good with them. Just go with it. That being said, you know the point that I'm trying to sort of.
There's 20 fixtures left, bro. 20.
Do you know what it is, lads? It's just because I don't see it happening anytime soon. I think that's my problem. And I'm so used to being in a title race where drawing 1 game's bad enough. Like, I get on this, the 18-19 season, where we went all the way with City. Everton fans claimed that they took that title away from us because we drew with them the February.
Yeah, I remember that game. I went with a Liverpool fan to watch that game in a sports bar as that, because he was like, yeah, we're going to celebrate this.
Yeah.
Mad.
And because they drew and took 2 points off us, they claimed, and that was, I think, the last game we drew, either them or Leicester, because we had the City loss in the January, then we had the Leicester draw, and then we had the Everton draw. I think we won every game from there, maybe by 1 or 2, but it was like when City would drop points, we would, or if they would win, we'd win. That was that type of title race. But that's what I'm so used to. If you draw, it's shit. We've just went and drew 5 or lost 1.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's probably maybe why I'm jumping to a conclusion, but I don't see when this gets fixed. So, and I don't see it happening anytime soon either. And this is the thing. The reason why we do these shows is for solutions, but everything I've thrown out, I think it's just one of them. It's time is the solution for Liverpool right now. You know, give Shaqiri a few more chances, start rotating the squad more, get players more minutes, get more match fitness, more sharpness. We know that's a thing. We know when players get more minutes, they do become a bit more sharp, and especially players like Shaqiri. Allow players, like, and I know he has a shit game against us, but allow players like Firmino, Thiago and Shaqiri to build up a little link up with each other, and just see what happens. See, we've got nothing to lose now. We're already doing shit. So.
Facts. 100%. Hey, before we wrap up, super chat, opinions on this baller. Absolute player. I love the kid.
Oh my goodness. That goal, another level. He's different. He is a different player, and it's a shame. And it's great at the same time that so many people wrote him off straight away, because loads of people did.
Yeah, but it's Jose, innit, bro? Like, do you know what I mean? That's what he does. He doesn't like... The thing is, Jose likes you if you do exactly what he wants you to do. I even saw a little... there was a little clip and it got reposted, and Jose was like, fuck systems, yeah. Good footballers can play in any system and that, and this, that, and the other, and only shit footballers complain about the system and that. That's nonsense, bro. It's fucking nonsense, bro. Yeah. And not only is it nonsense, yeah, but Jose, if you played them in the actual fucking position, then maybe you might have a point. Do you know what I mean? This is the guy that I saw play fucking Scott McTominay centre back. I saw him play Martial like a left back. Do you know what I mean? I've seen him play so many different people. He's the same manager that convinced the world that Martial and Rashford couldn't play together because they're too similar, even though they play nothing alike. Do you know what I'm saying? This is the same manager. So this bullshit, yeah, that he talks about, about good players can play in any system and this, that, and the other. It's a load of nonsense, bro. And it comes down to the fact that he's so rigid in his way of seeing football, yeah, that he doesn't like a certain player that don't have certain abilities. And Ndombele is a player that thinks for himself. Do you know what I mean? He's an instinctive player. He does things off the cuff, and he's got a bit of personality about him. And Jose don't like those. Jose likes Spielbergs. Do you know what I mean? And Eric Dyers. Those are the kind of players he likes. That's why he liked Nemanja Matic. He likes players, yeah, that can just do jobs, innit? That's what he is, bro. And that's why he doesn't like players like that.
What you're guaranteed to get from him, kind of thing. Because even Pogba, he's one of them. He's like kind of an innovative player. He likes to do things himself, and that's what makes him so good. But
that's what Mourinho will hate him for.
None of that. No scoring world class goes for you.
That's what that. Jose's not interested in any of these guys, bro. That's why. Like, literally, on Ndombele, bro, he'll score in the first minute. Man gets subbed off.
Yeah.
Bro, I don't think any Tottenham player has been subbed off more than him. And people are saying, oh, yeah, like, bro, every professional footballer is fit enough to play 90 minutes, bro, or else they wouldn't be in the squad. Yeah. These men train every day. Like, you lot could play fucking 90 minutes, bro, I'm sure. Even if you are cramping up and that. Maybe not at Premier League level, but at Sunday League level, yeah, bro. Even if you don't train, you could play 90 minutes, bro. Like, players know how to manage themselves. Play within themselves. If you know you're knackered, last 20 minutes, drop 10 yards, bro. Like, these man, there's no Premier League footballer that can't play 90 minutes of football, bro. So when they say, oh, Ndombele's not fit enough, it's nonsense, bro. Jose just wants to park the bus in the last half an hour, and he knows that he doesn't trust him discipline-wise to maybe track the run and that. It's got nothing to do with his fitness.
Listen, if you're playing Bayern Munich every week, then fair enough. You know, you might have to rest them because that's the highest intensity you can play at. But the thing is, you're playing against teams that are more likely to actually sit back against you and not really test the fitness of your players that much when you're in the Premier League and you're a Tottenham Hotspur. Ndombele, man, you just know he's got that ceiling to where he can go whoosh in this league, and easily the best midfielders. He can easily become them. He's got the players around him right now to bounce off in terms of Kane, in terms of Son. He's got a bright future, and proper player. That's the perfect way to describe him. When that goal went in, and I actually think he meant it.
Bro, he did, bro. But if you see him play football, you wouldn't question whether he meant it, because his level of talent, his ball manipulation, his touch is a joke. Yeah, you know what I mean, he's a top player, and I think under the right manager, Jose is not the right manager for him.
He's like one of them kids, you know, when you're growing up with everyone, and like, you know, some people have the set positions in football, and you're in a park or whatnot, but then you'll just have that one kid. He'll be a centre back, but once he gets that ball, he's running through everyone. Ndombele probably would have been that kid because he was just very good at football. Do you know what I mean? Then you would have just had some brick shit house like me, just open that up and tackle him at the back.
Yes, try and smash him. That's what I mean. Like, Ndombele, like, bro, like, in your midfield would be a madness.
Yeah,
you know what, man? Absolute madness, bro. Like, that style of player, bro, that can play box to box, good on the ball, initiate attacks, can dribble, can do everything. And that's what I mean. And under a manager like Jose, you're always getting subbed off in the second half because he's looking to end the game. And that's just what it is. I don't think, that like, well, I wanted him at United before Tottenham signed him. When they spent that much money on him, everyone was talking like, yo, it's a massive amount of money. I think he cost like 60 million. And they were like, oh my God, it's too much, this, that, and the other. Bro, he's a proper baller, innit? A proper baller. And Spurs would well to hold on to him.
Yeah, he's like a Genie Wijnaldum with goals.
With mad goals and with skill as well. With a bit more flair about him as well. Right, very right. That's it. They can do the box thing. The box-to-box thing, that's what he does very well, like Genie Wijnaldum. But that's what I think. I just think, do you know what, Genie? Do you know if you could just add just a few more numbers to your game, then you're just complete. And that's what Ndombele looks like he's going to become if he's not already. So. Yeah, he's a top player, man. Big up everyone inside. Do you know what I mean? We're at 1.2 here the whole time. Smash the like button. We're going to watch, hopefully, Arsenal lose to Newcastle.
Let's go. Some entertainment.
Which will be brilliant. Do you know what I mean? Brucey bonus and that. You know, that's what we're saying, man. You, man, smash the like. Make sure you follow James Redmond TV. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, the link is in the title of the video. So just click the hyperlink. It will take you straight to the subscription, and it doesn't take you away from the stream. So make sure you do that. Smash the likes, get the likes up, get us well over 500. I think we're pretty much there now already. Get them likes up. Do you know what I mean? Hopefully Arsenal get pammed, and then it's AFTV and chill, bruv. You man already know the drill.
Hey, stage. Yay! That's it, lad. That's it. We all get our drinks and we all chillax when the almighty Arsenal lose a game of football. Hopefully the next time I'm on the show, we would have won a game. Actually, we've got used in the FA Cup as well.
You have this weekend. Do you know what I mean? Knowing us, that'll be the one that we don't win because we don't
No, you shall smash us. We don't like cup games. We don't go far in the FA Cup. When Liverpool fans in the chat, please let me know the furthest we've got in the FA Cup under Klopp. Like, it just doesn't happen for us. Like, if we got to the round of 16, I'm surprised by that. I really, really am. Because I don't think we've got far past that. So this is going to be interesting. Do you like the way this was an interesting game because both teams were in form, and you never know, this could be an absolute great game now.
Barnes
because of every lead in there.
Proper like 4-3 and that.
That's it.
Or just straight to pens and that 4th round and that 3-3 penalties and that.
Hopefully we'll mix the squad up a little bit. You know what I mean? Throw a few youngsters in there and then hope for the best kinds of things. But that's another reason why I think we'll probably get smashed because say if we rotate. Which I don't know if we'll do now in Klopp because we didn't even rotate against under 18s. However, if we
doesn't rotate
in it, anyway, if we do though, then we're probably still going to get smashed because you'll be able to play like Cavani and I don't know, like the Greenwood. We'll have to play literal youth players who have came from the 23s. So it's going to be a mad one. But 4-3 barn burner, like you said, knowing the way that football works.
That's what I mean. But boy, we'll see what happens, people. Make sure you smash the like. Make sure you follow James Redmond TV. No, I'm saying we'll be back again